my Google Doc. So I like to write down what we talk about, so I can put it in like the tags
What
or
we
whatever.
talk about. We got a lot of stuff to
What we
talk
talk
about.
about is how we're back, another episode of Hoosier Nerds podcast with Chris and Chris, the good-looking Chris, and the other one. You can guess who it is, but I'm pretty sure I know who the good-looking one is. It's the Chris with a C.
Well, whatever. You're living in a fantasy land. Your name's.
I can't hear you. You're very muffled.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
yeah.
Okay.
This isn't a Sprint commercial. Please tell me you're old enough to get that reference.
I got it. I
Okay,
got it.
you were just silent. I expected like a laugh or something, and it was just silence. I was like, either I lost him or he doesn't get the reference, which I
No,
wouldn't
I
believe.
got the reference. I told you I was tired.
Well, let's get this podcast over with.
I've been busy. I had to go out and get gas today.
What,
And go
you
to
eat
the
some
store.
Mexican?
No, I had to go to the gas station and put gas in my car.
Which one?
So
Where'd you go?
Sam's.
Oh, we go to we only go to Speedway anymore for that like 5 cents off.
Oh, we don't have a Speedway that does that. Well, there is. There's one that's 3
Yeah, you
cents
do.
off, but that's Phillips and Sycamore or Phillips and Jefferson.
All Speedways, if you have the Speedway card, gives you 5 cents off.
They've just done this recently because I haven't had that.
Yeah, they've been
pleasure
doing
of
it since
doing
gas prices went up.
No, they don't do that here.
Yeah, they should. It's every Speedway.
No, there
They were
was
doing it
one.
for me at Speedway when I went there.
There was the one on Sycamore, not Sycamore, on Phillips and Jefferson that was offering 3 cents off if you had it. So, well, it was 5 cents off. Then they moved it to 3 cents off. So since I've been to Sam's Club, they're 6 cents cheaper. So I still did a better deal buying it.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's all Speedways because they were doing it for me when I was there.
And then I had to go to Walgreens to go to the store, pick up some cookies.
Why'd you need some cookies?
I'm going to the track tomorrow and I need a snack.
Why don't you get like granola bars or something, Mister Trying to lose weight?
Well, I got Fig Newtons.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
that makes it better.
Nice brand Fig Newtons. They're really good. They're only $1.29. Because protein bars are expensive as hell, and
Yeah, you pay for the health.
I'll sacrifice health for cheap. I don't have a lot of money. I don't get paid till tomorrow, so I'm on the back end of my check. So I only had so much to spend after I got gas. So I was gonna get gas tomorrow, but I want to get down there because they changed. They moved testing up an hour, so it's supposed to start at 11. Now it's starting at 10. So that means I got to get to Zionsville at 8, so I can get to the track before 10 o'clock.
So is testing what goes on before trials?
This is just okay. So every year they have a test session, and it's a 2-day session. But I don't even know if they're going to run Friday because it's supposed to rain on Friday. But they have a 2-day test session every spring, and it used to be back in the day way back in the day, like they would test in March. Like there would just be teams would just show up and have random testing, late March, early April. They would just test at the track, and then in the past 5, 8 years, they have a designated test session, and you can go and you can sit inside turn 2 and watch a test session for free. So that's what I'm doing. So
yeah,
it's on Peacock. They're going to show it on Peacock too.
So why don't you just stay home and watch it on Peacock?
Because I want to go to the track because I can take pictures. And
how much does it cost to go to testing?
Nothing. It's free.
Oh, why don't
I
more
just have to
people
go there. Huh?
Why don't more people go?
Because it's a Thursday. There'll be people there. It's a random Thursday. But I stand up on the top of the spectator mounts in turn 2 and I can shoot over the fence. So shoot pictures.
You shoot them?
I take pictures over the fence. I got a step stool, so I use a step stool so I can get better pictures over the fence because I'm not tall enough. I can do it. You can do it without a step stool, but if you have that extra 2 feet, it just makes it easier to shoot pictures.
I shouldn't be laughing at you having to use a step stool.
So that's the only place in the infield where you can shoot over the fence is turn 2. Turn 3, for some reason, the fence is higher. I don't know why. And you can't even stand on a step stool in turn 3 and shoot over the fence because I've tried it. I need to get one of those cool ladders, where you can like stand up on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it has like a ladder with a little platform on the top of it. That's what I need to shoot in turn 3, but I'm not gonna lug that thing all over the racetrack.
Come on now.
So if I
You're
can
not
get
a
down there early enough,
dedicated
if I parked
photographer.
at turn 3,
You have press credentials, or you did.
I did have press credentials. Yeah, then I didn't need to sit in out. I didn't have to take pictures on the spectator mound. I was on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, but you let your press credentials go away.
I didn't let him go away. The website no longer exists, so I no longer write or take pictures for them.
Oh, well, that explains that. I forgot
So,
about that website.
yeah, it was fun while it lasted. I mean, I did it. I'm glad I did it. But yeah, I missed the picture. I missed the photo credentials. But there's so many rules to follow. It's just you go to a photographer. You have to go to a photographer's meeting because you have to sign in every day, right? You have to attend this meeting, and it is essentially just a meeting of places you're not allowed to go. That's all it is.
What's the
Okay,
point of having
so you have
press credentials if you can't go somewhere?
because like you can't because you can get in, like you can go to like cool places, but like I can go to the pits, I can go to any of the photo holes on the inside of the racetrack, but there are photo holes on the outside of the racetrack.
Where couldn't
But
you go?
I couldn't go to the photo holes on the outside of the racetrack.
Where else?
You couldn't go in the pagoda. You couldn't go up in the pagoda. You couldn't
Why
go
not?
near the start finish line because you didn't have those kind of credentials.
How'd you get those credentials? Was that like, NBC,
That's like
CBS?
LAT and like Getty Images. Those people. So the
Oh,
people
I
that work
thought
for those people that work for the Speedway, people that work for Getty Images or LAT, those are the people that get credentials to the and they would be like there's a few spots open on the outside of the track. You can sign up, but there's no guarantee you're going to get it. I'm like, what's the point of why bother?
mhm.
I shoot for a website, so and then they kind of like talk down to you, like you're below them. So I'm not. It's the other photographers, great group of people. They're so helpful.
The
They'll
other
tell you.
peasants.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They're the other peasants. They'll tell you where you can go, where you can't go. They'll tell you the rules that they don't really explain. They'll go, you can try this and you can do this, and don't get caught doing this, or else they'll pull your credentials. Like they're very, very helpful. So those are your friends, the other photographers. So,
Hmm.
but I remember when they had a test session in 2021, and like I got press credentials to that, but they didn't give me photo credentials, so I asked for a photo vest. And this was still pandemic stuff, right? Like you could. So I'm like, listen, I just want to get pictures on over the fence. I said, can I go down? I said, just shoot for a half hour right here where there's no fence. Because you weren't allowed to go anywhere. You could only stay in the press area. So I went to the photographer and asked them, and first he goes, who do you shoot for? It doesn't matter who I shoot for. But she had to tell me who to shoot for. Like, well, why does that matter who I shoot for? I'm here to cover your session. So I'm here to do you a favor. I'm here for free doing you a favor by covering your test
You're
session.
making them money.
Exactly. I'm getting them clicks. I'm getting them attention. So I went up. He's like, well, you got to go ask so and so upstairs. And this is how it went. So I found so and so upstairs. And I'm like, listen, I said, I just want to shoot without any obstruction for like a half hour. That's it. And I'll come back. I don't want to be out down there all day. It was above. It was above the pits and near the start finish line. There's nobody out there anyway. And so he goes,
You're not going to be breathing on anybody your COVID germs.
right. So he goes, who do you shoot for? So I said, who I shot for. And then he goes, well, all the vests have been passed out already. And I was pissed off. I was like, because I knew he was lying to me.
You should have called him out for it. You've been like, so if I
Well,
would have said this, you would have said yes.
Well, yeah, but they could have wrote my name down and not given me credentials for May. That's what I was thinking. So, yeah, sometimes you keep your mouth shut. But
I know,
I was
but
so pissed off. I'm like, this is why you gotta be like that? I just want to take pictures
well,
and cover your event.
I feel like because you can get credentialed for like IndiePod or IndieCon or Indie Comic Con, and I don't know what you do. You get like special interviews with people. There's not much, it's but I feel like that's what would happen there. It's like, oh, you're not the local news, okay. You're not like a big local podcast, okay.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't give. Yeah, they would never give us credentials to Comic Con.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of nerds that. Let's be honest, we'd want it just to get the credentials to get all the around everywhere. But it's not, I don't even really want it for that. I still want to experience half the fun of the con is like just walking around seeing stuff. I don't want all the back access.
Plus, you're getting free exposure by us talking to you or telling you. You know what I mean?
Granted, we're not that big, but it could be 20 people that you don't reach anyways.
Exactly. I don't. There's so many close-minded people when it comes to stuff like that.
And what are you out like $20 for letting us in or whatever?
Yeah, if that. Yeah, $40. And NASCAR's worse. Their credentials are insane. Like you could get, like one year I got pit and garage passes. The second year I didn't get pit and garage passes, but I could go to pit like only during a certain time. Like you can go to the pits this time or this time, but you don't have like carte blanche. Like you just can't go
I
whenever wherever. Like
I
this
don't
is
want to
like
talk crap about NASCAR, but I feel like they think they're bigger than they are. I feel like they think they're the big part of the big three of sports.
they do. They do. That's well, I mean, IndyCar ain't no different. They're the same way.
But at least IndyCar, I feel like IndyCar doesn't, let's quote some South Park, doesn't smell their own farts.
Yeah, I don't feel as there's a lot more condescension going on in the NASCAR paddock than there was in the IndyCar paddock.
Let's be honest, IndyCar lost a lot of fans when they drove out all the
Well, when they had the
personalities.
big ass split and NASCAR took over, yeah, that's 25 years ago, and we're still feeling it.
Yeah. And then they did it again when they decided to back an obvious lie.
Which one? No, that was NASCAR that did that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Like everyone went and kissed what's his face's boots.
Right, Bubba Wallace. Oh, IndyCar ain't no different. I've brought this up a million times. There was like, we need more diversity, more diversity, more diversity. I'm like, oh my God. So like the last 5 Indy 500 winners are from 5 different countries. You can't get no more diverse than that.
Well, it's not. It's because they're not one color, a certain from a certain continent. Let's put it that way.
You've got you have yeah, but you have an Australian, a Frenchman, a Japanese person, an Asian person.
Didn't like a Brazilian win?
A Brazilian, and then a guy from Sweden. That's the last 5 winners.
Oh.
How do you can't get no more diverse than that?
I'm gonna start getting too political if I keep going on this topic.
You have an Asian.
I was about to say something.
You have an Asian and Hispanic. I mean, honestly, you can't get any more diverse than that, really.
Nope.
But that's. It's just a whole sports thing in general. I just feel like I think sports feels like they have to present all that out there, and it's stupid. We're tired of hearing it.
Mm-hmm. Just like Bud Light is feeling it. We're tired of hearing it.
Yeah, I'll drink Miller from now on, and I will. I mean, I don't drink a lot of beer anyway. I don't buy a lot of beer.
I don't
But
buy a lot of beer anyway either, but it's when I would go to the bar, you know what my go-to drink at the bar, my go-to beer at the bar was?
it's a Miller Lite. It's a Miller Lite
It was a Bud Light.
or a Bud Light, yeah,
Yeah, but
or
now
Michelob Ultra, one or the other.
you know what it's going to be now? A Blue Moon or a Yingling. I'll pay the extra money for those two.
Don't they own Blue Moon?
Uh, do they? Give me one moment. Miller owns Blue Moon.
Oh, okay, well there you go. Then you can get a Blue Moon.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean anymore. Everybody's got local beer on tap, so you can drink, small.
Oh yeah, but also if you look at it, a lot of local beer, quote unquote local beers, are owned by the bigger companies.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, it depends. You go to a small, you go here in town. I mean, look, you can go to what you call it. There's two different places in town in Kokomo you can go to.
Half Moon and
Downtown, whatever it is, Sun
yeah,
King.
it's Tin Man.
Oh, Tin
That's
Man,
what it used to be. It's Sun King now.
Sun King, yeah, Sun King. Speedway has Daredevil. They got good beer. They got good pizza too, dude. That Daredevil Downtown Speedway, that's a good place to go. I highly recommend it. I went there a couple of years ago.
Downtown Speedway.
Downtown Speedway, yeah. Got Daredevil.
For people
Brewery.
that don't know, Speedway is actually a city in Indiana.
Yeah, it's just west of Indianapolis, about 6 miles.
It's Indianapolis. Let's be honest.
It is,
Well,
it
it's like Carmel.
Yeah.
It
didn't used to be though. Man, it was separate.
No, but it's connected now.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
I wouldn't be surprised, maybe not in our lifetime, but soon enough, Kokomo will be attached to Indy.
Tipton ain't that far, I don't think. I bet you another 20
Honestly,
years.
it's not. If you
I
look
bet you
how
another
close,
20 years Tipton will be.
what's that lake south of Tipton where all the rich Indy people go?
Like Geist Reservoir?
Yeah, that's not even that far from Tipton.
Yeah. No, it's not. And that's part of, yeah, Cicero.
Cicero, yeah.
Yeah.
Cicero's where I consider in my head where Indy starts going.
I mean, look at Fisher's. Out to 69. Dude, when I first went to Deer Creek, I went to Deer Creek in 1989, right? We saw Henry Lee Summer out there.
Yeah.
There was like nothing out there whatsoever. Like that was the only thing out there. It was in the middle of a field. There were nothing. There were no houses. There were no restaurants. There was nothing out there.
Geez, now it's the busiest area, one of the busiest places in Indy. I remember that IMAX theater right there, that little strip mall. Me and my friends, that was the IMAX theater we would always go to. There was from basically my entire college career, I went to almost every movie there because it's a really nice theater and it's got an IMAX. So, and just, those 4 years, it built up there.
So was that just that strip mall where the Pennies is in the movie theater?
Yeah,
that's all that was there?
Mall. Strip mall and a movie theater. That's all that was there. It was empty until you got there, basically.
Really?
And then in 4 years, everything around there built up.
Or that outdoor shopping mall, basically.
Yeah. And I remember I drove through there the other day because 465 and 70 is a bitch sometimes.
Right.
Construction, traffic, whatever. So sometimes because Kimberly's doctor is just north of Castleton. It's at the Ortho Indy office there, just north of Castleton. And sometimes we would take 69 up north and cut over through like Pendleton to get around everything. And we drive past there going up 69, and I was like, oh my God, I haven't been here in years, and it has grown up so much.
Yeah, well, I remember this, was it like Lions Creek Apartments or something? It's in Noblesville. It's on Little Chicago Road. There was nothing on Little Chicago Road in Noblesville other than those apartments. Like it was all country until you got into downtown Noblesville, because Little Chicago Road is north of Noblesville, basically, those apartments. Now that's completely all built up all the way to those apartment complexes and all the way down because my cousin used to live there back in the late '80s, and there was nothing over there at all.
Jeez.
But now it's just people everywhere.
Well, everybody moves to Indy, and that's where all the doctors are now too. Like doctors don't stay anywhere but Indy if they're in Indiana. Indy or Fort
I
Wayne.
like. I want to move down there and keep talking about it. Moving to Speedway.
I don't know if I could live in Indy.
I'm not. I'm living in Speedway.
Still Indy.
It's not. It's Speedway. Where do I go? I go to the grocery store and the movies. I'm sure I can go to the movies where, like Avon or Brownsburg has a movie theater. I'm sure, right? That's right down the road.
Yeah, and you work from home, so what
I
do you
work
have to
from
worry
home,
about?
and I can walk to the racetrack. That's what I want to do. Why not? It's a neat little town. Speedway is a neat little town. It comes alive in May, but it's a cute little town actually. They've got apartment complexes, dude, right there on Main Street. I would live there like in a heartbeat, but I don't make enough money because I'm thinking about, well, you live in it, you buy a house, you got to upkeep it, you got to worry about your AC unit, your heating unit, you got to worry about the water heater, you got to worry about appliances, shoveling the
Yeah.
driveway, and mowing the grass. So they have 2-bedroom apartments on Main Street, like a stone's throw from the Speedway. Like you walk out to the sidewalk, you can see the grandstands from this apartment complex.
Jeez.
And a 2-bedroom apartment is $1,800 a month.
Oh my God.
Which is $1,100 more a month than I'm paying now. So I can't afford that.
Have they been
right
talking
now.
about your rent going up again?
Not yet.
I hope it doesn't.
I'm guessing it will. But they got me by the balls because I can't go anywhere. Like I can't buy a house unless the market collapses.
Let's to quote South Park. You're breaking my balls here.
They are. They do. That's true. You're breaking my balls. Breaking my balls here. They've got me. Even if it goes up $20, which it could, make it'd be $7.25. They do it incrementally. I will give it to them. They don't like go up hugely. Because I started at 649, then it went to 665, then it went to 705. So I'm expecting like 725 this year. But
I mean,
I need a side hustle.
Do some what's it called? A DoorDash or something.
I need a side hustle. If I could side hustle and make $1,000 a month more, I could live in this apartment in Indianapolis.
DoorDash, Uber.
I don't know, man. Those people are getting shot and robbed, though.
True.
You about the guy, a pizza guy in Indianapolis? He got a pizza gig just as a side hustle. He wanted to talk to people and meet people, and he ended up getting shot.
Jeez.
I don't want to be that guy.
Well, you could work for Indigo. You want to know how much you make as a bus driver for Indigo?
Oh hell no! I ain't working for Indigo.
$1,400 a month. $1,400 a week.
Really?
Yeah, $1,342 a week to start for Indigo.
Oh god, there's no way, dude. Can you imagine driving a bus in Indianapolis?
I would do it. It's a big bus. You don't have to worry about nobody.
Yeah, but you're working nights, weekends, holidays.
Oh well. Well, what time do they close? Do they work all night there?
I think they run all night, don't they?
Look, hold on. I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but I kept my CDL for a reason.
Well, I'm keeping my CDL.
Indigo is 6 to 6 Monday to Friday, and Saturday, Sunday they are 7 to 4.
Wait, what's Indigo? That's not the bus.
Yeah, it is.
That's not the Metro. What's Indigo?
It's Indigo. That's the name of their bus system.
No, it's the Metro.
Yeah, it is. No, they changed it to Indigo.
They don't they run at night, right?
No, they 6 to 6 Indigo. I searched Indy buses and it brought up Indigo.
I thought it was the
hold on.
Metro. I guess it is the bus system.
Yeah, since 1975, Indianapolis Public Transportation Corporation.
Yeah, but like people gotta make sure people pay and
That okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. That is the worst thing I with the bus system that here in Richmond that I worked for was making sure people paid because I didn't
yeah, see.
because I came like I said like I told them like I didn't tell the uh what's it called the office this, but I told the other drivers this. I was like, I come from a bus system that you didn't pay for. It is so hard for me to make somebody pay. I don't care if they pay or not.
Right? I don't know if I could
And then
do that though,
I
dude.
got called out a couple times because I would make somebody pay, and then I wouldn't make the next person pay. And I legit told somebody, it's like I don't pay attention. I
Dude,
barely
our
pay attention if you
transportation
put
also
enough
fine.
money in.
I don't know if I could do this. Them streets are gnarly in Indianapolis.
Well, that's why you just take people's front ends off. They don't care.
uh, I don't know if I could do this. They run 6 to 6.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Six six
That's better than
six
Kokomo. That's what we did here.
6 in the morning to 6 at night.
Yeah, Kokomo was 6 to 7 if you were on the right route.
True. And then what's on the weekends? They run Saturday and Sunday, or just Saturday?
Saturday and Sunday. That's the be the kicker for me was be working
That would be a
the entire
bitch.
weekend. It's like oh, what's the word I'm looking for? A line in the sand, like working weekends.
Oh my God, that route looks so. I'm looking at the routes here. It goes, geez, it goes clear out to Fashion Square Mall, Keystone. Goes out to Castleton.
Are
Holy
they hour
crap.
routes?
Goes to Lawrence.
You know, they probably have multiple buses on the.
Now, you know what the route would probably wouldn't be so bad as the airport route,
That might be the primo one that everybody wants.
right?
Where'd you find their routes on their website?
On the website, yeah. And actually, go Route 10 and Route 3 is not bad either. Route 10 just goes out to Rockville Road and over to yeah, 10th Street, basically. That wouldn't be a bad route either. But like 15, the downtown routes are a bitch. That's where you're going to start, I bet. I wonder where they start you. Yeah, it goes clear out to Beech Grove. 31 goes to Greenwood Park Mall and back. Some of these routes, they have to be hour routes, I would say. Oh man, I would love the airport. I would do the airport route. You just take Washington Street out to Ridgeline, out to Perimeter Road. That takes you over to the airport and back.
This one doesn't look bad. East Side Circulator. You go up. You go up Post and come down Mythador or Mythophore or something.
I mean, I suppose you know
Come
the
about
routes. It's like
yeah. Well, it's
how
like
much do you work? 40 hours?
let me look.
How much? 1440 or 13 something? Just what is it to start?
13 something an hour to start.
No, 13 something an hour to start.
Thir-
That's not much.
no, 13 something a week to start.
That's less than I make now. Oh, a week? No, that's
A
not. That's
week.
double.
Dude, a week.
Dude, that's like doubling my paycheck.
Yeah.
So let's say it's $1,300 a week times 4, and you get what, like 75% of that after taxes, right?
Yeah. 1342.
Jeez.
99 it is according to Indeed, which is it is 99% above national average.
That's almost $1,000 a week. I could I could live in those apartments on
So
Main Street.
you start at 15 an hour
I couldn't live on that.
and you go up to 30 an hour.
Yeah, but how long do you stay at 15 an hour?
That's the question. And that's
I
probably
couldn't
when
live
you're
on
working
that.
just weekends and everything else.
Yeah, you're working. Are you really? I didn't know they only ran till 6 o'clock. I thought they ran at night.
I thought they did too, but I saw that and I was kind of surprised.
I don't know. Yeah, no, I could. I'd do it for $1,400 a week. Yeah.
So how much do you
I could,
want? Well, I saw online $1,400 a week. Yeah, that's if you've been here for 20 years.
yeah,
Well, I've been
that's
here for 20
exactly right.
years.
That's my biggest fear.
You know,
So,
they always promote the high end when they're hiring.
of course they do. McDonald's does that. Make $15 an hour. Oh no, you're starting at 9. Which
Oh no, I
that's
saw
9 bucks.
I saw a billboard for I think Denny's. It was like $20 an hour, and if you read the fine print, up to depending on
Yes,
qualifications.
that's why my moons over my hammy is $12 now instead of 8.
Yeah, and that's why if you go to Starbucks, your drink is $8
That's right. For freaking
because
coffee.
they got full time. They got a union now. They got full time. They start at like 15 an hour. They got
Well, yeah, but then they got to
benefits.
pay union fees.
Yeah,
It's not making no money.
I'm gonna say pretty much if I start work anywhere else that has a union, I'm gonna say, excuse my language, fuck the union.
I'm never. I don't want to pay union dues. I don't want to part no union. They don't do me any favors unless I'm causing trouble. Then that's the only reason I need the
Well,
union.
both times, every time I've been in a union, both buses, I got if I wasn't leaving, I would have accepted everybody asking me to be the next union president in Kokomo.
They wanted us to. One person there wanted me and you to represent the
It was
union.
Tina
Yes, it was. How'd you know that?
because
Did
she
she tell
asked me.
you?
She told me.
She asked you. She asked me too.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
told
she
her I was
wanted
like,
us to do it.
I was like, if you would have asked me earlier, I would have said yes, but I'm leaving. She was like the first person I told that that I'm leaving soon. So I was like, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
I said I'm not part of the union.
And
Oh, I thought you
then,
were part of the union. Yeah, she wanted us to be the union reps. We would have been
well,
good too.
we both were good with we were both were friends with the office. We both were friends with most, if not all, the drivers.
That's right. That's why she thinks we would have been good for them.
Yeah.
We're on a
And
power trip, and
then here in town, they wanted me to be president. Here in Richmond, they wanted me to be president within a month of me starting.
well, they screwed us. Like, so first we had to vote for the union whether we wanted the union or not. Right.
I know you were lied to.
We were like, dude, they were like, you vote for the union, you're going to get full time, you're going to get 2 weeks vacation, and you get a raise. And we got like a 2% raise. We got 3 paid days, and that was it. 3 paid holidays. We got 3 paid holidays, and that was it. Oh no, we got 2 paid holidays and
I'm so
vacation.
glad I got those paid holidays. They were
And
so good for me.
we got 2 paid holidays and three personal days. That's what we got. Unless you were full time. Nobody got. The only reason the people who pushed the full time, um, they were next in line to get full time anyway. That's why they were pushing that agenda. They knew they were going to get full time. They were only looking out for themselves.
Yep.
So they left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, I'm not joining. I don't want to do it. Plus, I was represented by the union anyway, so it didn't matter.
Uh-huh. They had to represent you anyway.
They had to
But
represent me
like
anyway.
but like one of the trolley drivers said who was a union president at a different job, he's like, "Yeah, I don't have to I have to represent you, but it doesn't mean I have to try my hardest for you."
Right, but still, yeah, but
Yeah, but
they
then
need
I saw
They
how
can't
I saw how
they
they
can't
took
afford
care
to
of
lose
Jeff.
drivers, so they're gonna fight for you just as hard as they do if they had a union. If you're part
Yeah.
of the union.
I saw that Jan took better care of Jeff when Jeff was being stupid than the union.
Yes.
And that's
Yeah,
why I
they
was more friends with the office than I was the union.
I was never big. I'm glad I didn't have to worry about the union. They were a waste of my time.
Anyways, let's get into the meat potatoes. We kind of got sidetracked a little bit.
Yes, dude, I watched like so much shit like this past week. Like,
Okay,
I'm getting excited to talk about it.
can I talk about Mario first?
Go ahead, do your Mario first, because mine will just
All
be
right.
little bits and pieces. So
Somebody can go back and listen. I don't remember exactly what I said. I don't remember if I thought it was going to suck or if I was worried about it. I
you
was
said it
wrong.
wasn't going to be good
I was wrong.
because of the voices.
I was wrong. The trailers did not give Jack Black and Chris Pratt credit for how good they actually did the voices. There's a couple times, I'll admit, there was a couple times their real voices came through. Like I was like, that's Jack Black or that's Chris Pratt. But for the most part, they did a real good job of, convincing me they were Mario or Bowser. The movie was very quick. It was I forget exactly how long it was, but it wasn't even 2 hours. It was really quick into the action. It wasn't even it's an hour and 32 minutes long. Perfect length for this movie. It wasn't too long. Some movies think they have to be 3-hour epics anymore when they, could be an hour and a half long. It was fun. I'm gonna be the first to admit I'm not good at movie reviews. I'm just gonna talk to you like I would be my friend. It was a fun movie. I suggest you seeing it. I give it 10 coins or I give it 8 coins out of 10. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. I'm gonna give it 10 stars out of 10. Exactly. I think sitting here thinking back, I don't know if there's any issues with it. Like I didn't feel like it was too short. I didn't feel pacing issues. If anything, if my one critique was I wanted it to slow down a little bit. Because there was no time to go to the bathroom and I had to pee. But there was no like slow time. It was like, they'd slow down and have a little story moment, but it was like a minute. Mario and Peach would sit there and talk for a minute or two, and then it would pick right back up. It was fun, action packed. You got all your references you needed. You got the Rainbow Road. You got, Mario Kart. You got Super Mario Brothers. You got, every single Mario reference you wanted pretty much.
Right.
There was a couple references missing, but, you can watch that yourself and figure out what those are. I'm not going to spoil it.
Well, that's what a sequel's for.
Yeah, they already said they're doing a sequel. How much money has Mario made already?
Like $1 billion.
Yeah.
Right now. Like seriously. Like. Yeah, here we go. Super Mario. 1 hour and 32 minutes.
It's made $678 million.
Anya Taylor-Joy is Princess Peach, right? Charlie Day.
Yeah, Charlie Day was hilarious as Luigi.
Oh, he's Luigi. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had $100 million budget. It's grossed 710. It made its budget back opening weekend, 146 million opening weekend. It's grossed 359 million basically.
We all know that video game movies suck. On average, video game movies are bad, but it seems like they're making a comeback. Mario was good. I'm going to count Last of Us because Last of Us was a show. But it seems like Halo was good. I will give Halo its credit. Halo was good. It seems like video game movies are making a turn. They're doing good now.
God, there's a lot of people in this. Seth Rogen, Fred Armisen.
Yeah, Seth Rogen.
Keegan Key. Sebastian Maniscalco.
I think Seth might have been the one thing I didn't like because him being Donkey Kong, it was not Donkey Kong. He can't do a voice. It's his voice. And it's his dumb laugh. He did his stupid laugh, and I was instantly like, ugh.
Oh, Anya Joy Taylor. She was in The Witch.
Was she the girl in The Witch?
Yes, she was the teenage girl in The Witch. That's a badass movie, too. Yeah, Thomason. Yeah, she was Thomason in The Witch.
And
She's been busy.
Jack Black might win
Yeah.
an Emmy.
Really?
Is the Emmy
The
the
Oscars?
which one is the one for music?
A Grammy?
Yeah, Jack Black might win a Grammy for his song in Super Mario
Really?
Brothers. Yeah, he was nominated. Have you heard the song? You're on
I've not
TikTok,
heard
right?
of that.
You have not.
No, I'm
Give me
not.
one moment. I'm gonna put it in our group chat, and you can listen to it while we're.
Oh, she was in what else was she? Oh, she was in Amsterdam. That movie sucked ass. She was in The Menu.
Oh yeah, the menu was great. I love the menu. Here,
I've been watching crap
listen to the
movies.
song.
So, all right, I'll have to listen to it. Do I have to listen to it now or wait? I'll wait.
Did you watch Mando yet? Oh,
No.
let me finish off Mario. Mario, go see it. I went I went yesterday at 5:20. So, I got a good price. So just go. It's a great movie. Support your local theaters. Buy some popcorn.
There you go.
So this week also is the ending of Star Trek, which I'll talk about next week, and the ending of Picard, the last episode of Picard, and then the last episode of Mandalorian. Mandalorian's coming back for another season,
I
but
have not.
this
I
is the last
not
season of
since
Picard.
I watched the episode that I fell asleep through after they went to the cave. That's the last one I've watched of the Mandalorian.
The one when Mando got captured.
No, I don't know about that. No, it's him and the thing went to the cave to look for like the third episode.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well I won't give away too much. This is probably the worst season of Mandalorian yet.
See, that was what I was fearing because it was kind of weak when I watched it. And I was like, I have no desire to watch the rest of the show.
Was it
Like, I don't feel like I
bad?
missed anything.
Was the season bad? No. Was it? Season 2 was almost perfect in my mind. And then I don't know why in Boba Fett they had to bring Grogu back. I thought Grogu was done, but they had to bring Grogu back, and this season he's felt so much like a side character. It's not even funny. Um, and then what's his face? Mando. I feel like they're trying to hand over the show to Bo-Katan, the girl
Right.
Mandalorian. I feel like they're trying to hand over the show to her. But I don't know. It was not a bad. It was not bad by any means. It just wasn't for me. This season was not the best.
Yeah, that's my fear.
And then Picard. I'm sad that this is the last episode of Picard, but we did get an announcement that we are. There's a lot from Star. Before I get to Star Trek, Star Wars Celebration happened. We got a lot from Star Wars Celebration that we could talk about.
You'll have to do that next week.
3 new movies, new shows, a new timeline, stuff like that. But Picard's ending, and they also announced we're getting a new show, which is the Academy. It's more of a teenager show. It's going to be called Star Trek Academy, about the Starfleet Academy. And then we're getting a movie about. So I don't know if did you watch Discovery?
No.
Do you remember in the original series the alternate timeline Kirk, the evil Kirk?
Mm-hmm.
So they go to that timeline on accident, and they take the Emperor and bring her back. And she gets recruited by Section 31, which is like Starfleet's clandestine secret service. And the movie is going to be about her in Section 31. She was great. It's it's Michelle. Give me one moment. Michelle Yeoh.
Oh, Michelle Yeoh. Yeah, I know who Michelle Yeoh is.
It's going to be her thing, since that's who she was.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. I'm excited because Star Trek is supposed to be doing, every 2 years on Paramount Plus. They're planning on releasing a new movie. I'm just afraid that we're going to get Star Trek fatigue like we did, with Next Generation, the Next Generation movies, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, all about the same
Right.
time. Let's be honest, Star Trek almost died because people got tired of it.
Yeah. I feel you. I know what you're saying.
And as much I'm a Star Wars fan, I think I'm a much bigger Trek fan. Like,
everybody has their preferences.
yeah, but I think that's what I watched first, so that's what I fell in love with first.
All right.
Anyways, what is your you want to start with your nut booster or nut?
Well, yeah, hold on. I got a bunch of them. Well, there's a couple of them, but yeah, I was busy because I watched Smokey the Bandit, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I'll get to my Nutbuster in a minute. This is a list of movies that I did watch. I watched Speed Racer, the live action Speed Racer from 2008.
I was gonna say the latest one.
Yeah, one with Emil Hirsch and Christina Ricci.
Not a bad movie.
It's not a bad movie. I don't know why it bombed, especially it's definitely eye candy. It gives me that Avatar vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't get why kids aren't watching this movie. It's full of action. It's not my cup of tea. I would watch it again though. If somebody said, "Hey, you want to come over and we're gonna watch Speed Racer?" I would absolutely. I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. That's a fun movie. I don't know why it bombed at the box office. I don't know what people were expecting. The
Because
cars were cool. The music was good.
Because I think people were like, "It's a live action cartoon." Ew.
I had $124 million budget. It only made 18.5 on the opening weekend. Worldwide gross, it didn't even make its money back. Its worldwide gross was only 93 million.
Now, it's been a long time since that movie came out. I don't say a long time, but it's been a while.
2008. That's a long time.
I do not remember it being that well promoted.
I don't either. I mean, I know that they had a toy line.
Yeah.
But I think, and he even did. It was funny because Speed Racer was full of every time he got hit in the car, and he did that here, which was kind of cool. But that's a good movie. I really don't understand what happened with this. I really don't.
And I think it really kept a lot of good anime from going live action.
And it's a shame because it is a good movie. It's a popcorn movie. It's a family popcorn movie.
Yeah.
It's something you can let your kids watch and they can enjoy, and it's not a horrible. It's a little long. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes, but I kind of regret not seeing it at the movie theater. I'm thinking maybe the trailer didn't sell it very well.
Quite possibly. I mean, you got to have a good trailer to sell it.
I don't know if people didn't get past the trailer or not, but that's on HBO Max. So watch freaking Speed Racer if you have not seen it. It's really good. But then on HBO Max, I also watched Bloodsport, right? Which is a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
I was gonna say, isn't that a Jean-Claude movie? I couldn't remember.
Yes,
but
it's one of his first ones. So it's about he is going to and he's got an invite to fight at the Kumite, which is this ultimate martial arts tournament, right? So
wait, what was the movie called again? I so I can type it down.
Bloodsport.
I don't know why that left my head.
This is the awesome part. So at the end of the movie, right? His name's Frank Dukes, right? Hold on, let me get to the. So at the end of the movie, they say it's based on a true story, right? And it said Frank Dukes still holds 4 world records: fastest knockout, 3.2 seconds; fastest punch with a knockout, 0.42 seconds; fastest kick with a knockout, 72-mile-an-hour most consecutive knockouts. Or wait, fastest kick with a knockout, 72 mile an hour. Most consecutive knockouts in a single tournament, 56, right? It's bogus. All of it is bogus. So I looked it up on IMDb, right?
Mhm.
And I'm looking at the thing, and it says the movie was touted as a true story, but over the years, doubts have arisen about its veracity. Most martial arts enthusiasts view Frank Duke's accounts of competing in secret tournaments as complete fiction. Along with his claims, he was an undercover CIA operative. Some have pointed out that nobody else has come forward to confirm his story about competing in secret tournaments or told their own version. It is now generally accepted that Dukes lied his way into Hollywood, and he has likely never won or even competed in a single martial arts tournament. Records obtained through the Freedom of Information Act show he was only in the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve and was never posted overseas, let alone to Southeast Asia, as he has claimed. The CIA has no record of his ever working with them. His personal brand of martial arts, Duke's Ryu Ninjutsu, is also a complete fabrication.
Or he's just so like undercover and black ops that they are still denying his existence.
The only thing I got out of this movie is we need more macho, uber unnecessary, ultra violent movies at the movie theater.
I got Steven Seagal's number. Let's call him up.
I'm telling you, I miss movies like this. I mean, this was '88, right? And I mean, like, think about it. You had Schwarzenegger, you had Van Damme, you had Seagal, you had, I mean,
North.
Patrick Swayze, you had Roadhouse. You had all of these. You had Rambo, you had Chuck Norris, you had Stallone, you had Chuck Norris. You had all these macho, kill people with your bare hands, just oozing with just testosterone.
Let's be honest.
That's
We got
what
the
we
best
need.
handshake ever in Predator with
Yes,
Schwarzenegger and
exactly.
oh,
I mean, we
I'm
even have
what's his name? Who's the
Carl
black
Weathers.
Carl Weathers? Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot his name.
I mean,
The
RoboCop. I mean, this is what the world needs right now. We need more heavily testosterone filled,
Top Gun.
just yeah, that's nothing compared to these movies.
Oh come on, Top Gun. Shirtless men playing volleyball on the beach.
Or this was even in the Top Gun was or whatever it was called.
I need to
Um,
rewatch the new one.
Top Gun Maverick. It was football.
Oh yeah, it was
Topless guys.
football.
This is movies full of topless guys fighting each other. And they're like, yeah, you can't even, wipe my ass. They're kind of like they talk trash to each other and like they
Well,
punch and they do
remember
that. Yeah, come on.
Stallone tried to bring him back with the Expendables, and he got 3 of them.
Yeah.
They're still
I
working
mean,
on a new one.
I
There's
mean,
apparently
I know,
working on a female one and a fourth Expendables.
but see, it's sad that the results are that we have now are Hobbs versus Shaw and the Fast and the Furious franchise.
We saw the Fast and Furious trailer, and I was laughing during the trailer. Every time they
So
said family, I just cracked
it's
up.
not about family, dude. I just want to see guys kick ass and just blow shit up
And chew
for.
bubblegum.
Yeah, that. Oh my god, I freaking love that movie. That's the kind of movies we need right now. I think my theory is, if you want to save Hollywood, give us heavily testosterone, ultra violent movies. That's what's
Schwarzenegger
going to
and
save Hollywood.
Stallone back in charge.
Yes, we need more movies like this. And there's people out there that could carry this. I think Scott Conn could carry it. I think Chris Pratt could carry it. I think who else?
Uh,
There's a
Jason Momoa,
Yeah, he could probably carry it. Who else? Not even
Idris Elba.
Clint Eastwood's son could probably carry
Yeah,
one. We need to get these guys into Uber, like
get him in the
ultra.
gym, like just
Yeah,
bodybuilding, not even
because like
cardio.
Stallone is not very big, but dude, I'm telling you, watch Cobra. It's just a violent laden movie. It's no different than like this missing like Chuck Norris ain't that big either. This is what we need. We need macho asshole men, like arrogant
Well,
macho asshole
Chuck
men
Norris
that take
tried to work
control
out,
and
but he
kick
broke
ass.
every machine he tried to use.
But I just think we need more of these movies. Bloodsport is the door. It's just opened my eyes to. I want more movies like this.
Did you see the latest Rambo movie with us? The one when he was in
Yeah,
Mexico. That
yeah. He
was
was just
such a
blowing
good
people up.
movie. That's what we need. But I think it got made fun of because it's like, well, we don't need these '80s action movies again. No, this is what we need. This is what we want.
We had Tango and
I'm a man. And I
Cash.
got a simple brain.
I forgot about Kurt Russell. He can make a good action picture too.
Right?
There's
He
actors out
made
there now that
Stargate.
can make, yeah, there's actors out there now that are young that can make. Shoot, Robert Pattinson for crying out loud can do it.
Dude, he buffed up for Batman.
John David Washington, right?
Who?
Denzel's son.
Oh yeah. Who's the guy that plays Creed?
Oh, Michael B. Jordan's another
Yeah,
one.
Michael B. Jordan.
Good call. I think Kylo Ren could pull it off.
Dude, have you? I mean, I love me a good wide low, but he plays some good action movies. I heard 65. My future mother-in-law, I think, liked it when they went to go see it.
I think we need more movies like. I'm tired of the ultra sensitive male and the dark. Just making the hero. You know what I mean? I need a renegade cop. You know,
Yeah.
or under. You know, I mean, Brad Pitt. Like Brad Pitt and Leo, they're probably on the at the edge, but they can still pull it off.
Well, Brad Pitt said in an interview not too long ago that he's going to start slowing down. Did you see Bullet Train yet? His last.
I've not seen Bullet Train.
Dude, you need to see Bullet Train. It
I'll
is
watch
so
it.
good.
I'll have to watch it. Maybe I can do that this weekend. When I'm well, after I rearrange some shit, and I might have to watch it. But my not buster of the week, Chris,
Mm-hmm.
is the Christian horror film Holy Moly Productions of
Holy.
What was the movie? It was called Holy Moly Productions. I'm not kidding you. That's legit. It was the Lock-In. So the Lock-In is a story of these boys are going to a church lock-in for the night, right? And one of them has a dirty magazine, puts it in his buddy's backpack, and it unleashes demons. So, so at the beginning of the movie, like the pastor, like the youth pastor, right? He quit the church over what happened, and he don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Wait. Hold up. Wait. Like really?
What?
The guy he left.
That's in the story, yes. In the
Okay,
movie,
I thought you meant like real life, like the
no,
youth
this is
pastor
not real
first.
life, dude. And this, please, I hope to God this isn't real life. In the movie, they start off and they're talking to the pastor of the night that this happened, right? And he is not in the church anymore, and he don't even want to talk about it anymore. Okay. The only reason, and what it is they wanted to film the whole night, like so it's like a lost tape kind of thing. So one guy walks around with the camera all night because he was filming everything. So it's like Blair Witch. So the movie was only put together only for the elders to see, the elders of the church to see. It was not to be released to the public. And like the edits to the movie are like TikTok edits. That's how bad this is. You know, like you do a TikTok story or TikTok edit, and they talk for 20 seconds, and they stop, and then they pick back up again.
Okay. Quick sidebar: the TikTok, I'm calling it the TikTok accent, is becoming a real thing, and I hate it.
What's the TikTok accent?
It's basically Cali girl accent, but they talk like in 20. They talk like they're on like doing a quick edit for TikTok.
Yeah, that's okay. That's what this kind of like. So there's this guy Blake, right? They stop at for some reason they stop at this job site and they're digging in this dumpster and he finds a dirty magazine. So Blake sneaks the dirty magazine into his buddy Nick's backpack. So it's Blake, Nick, and Justin. Justin is homeschooled to live with his parents, so they kind of make jokes about him, right? But he likes this girl named Jessica, who's going to be at the lock-in, right? So they find the dirty magazine, right? And they get in trouble. And like the girl he likes, like gets mad at him, Jessica. And she doesn't think she's going to talk to him anymore because if he's got a dirty magazine, that's nasty. And she didn't think he was like the other boys that are at his school. And I'm like, bitch, every teenage boy's like that at your school and outside of school and in your church, right? So
That's all we think about. Let's be honest.
honest, I mean, I'm just being honest here, right? So they take the magazine and they take it outside with the pastor and they burn it. Okay. So while this is going on, the security camera catches the church door and it opens on its own. Right. Then, as they're kind of settling down for the night, the guy getting stuff out of his backpack, the magazine magically reappears after they burnt it.
Oh no.
So they go to the basement and they're going to throw away the magazine in the trash can. So they throw away the trash. They throw away the trash can and they're walking away, right? So the trash can was like in this corner, like you go around the corner and there was a trash can there, right? Because there's a wall. So as they're walking away, they hear a growl and the trash can comes flying into the hallway out of nowhere. Because it's it's a demon possessed dirty magazine.
Oh,
So
Lord.
then for some reason they seem to get lost in the church and can't find their way, these three guys. They find Jessica in some broom closet behind the sanctuary. They keep hearing huge noises, so they go running and screaming in the church. So like there's like this demon chasing him in the church, and I'm like, wait a second. Doesn't like a demon like would it have any power in a church? Because I'm thinking no. They can't find anybody. Everyone is gone. They're locked in, and they're going crazy. So then one of the kids, he goes to pick up a chair to like break a window out.
Yeah.
And, like he's supposed to smack the chair on the window, but the window doesn't break. Dude, like he barely swung the chair up against the window. Like it barely tapped the window anyway. It was very comical. So I would just think, I mean, you're in a church and you're a Christian. What do you have to be afraid of?
Nothing.
I mean, exactly. So they can't get out. They're upset, and they keep on feeling like cold presence, because it's a demon or whatever.
Ugh,
Right?
Zach Bagans. I feel
Yes.
I feel something warm running down my leg.
Exactly. So they go to the kitchen because they're hungry. They never try to turn the lights on ever. The cupboards, they don't open. They can't get into the cupboards.
I feel like this was like a movie some like college kids were making.
These are high school kids. And they figure out that it's the magazine that has presented this demon. So poor Blake, Justin, and Nick and Jessica, they're all locked in the kitchen and they're scared. And they're blaming Blake and they keep yelling at Blake. Then they're shaming him. Like, that's going to help the situation. Like you should have done this. This is all your fault. That's not going to help the situation. Jessica informs the group that Dirty Magazine has ripped her family to shreds because her dad was hooked on looking at dirty magazines. I mean, the way these kids treat this, like they act like they've witnessed a murder. That's how bad they looked at this dirty magazine. So Justin's grandpa caught him looking at porn on his laptop. You know what Grandpa did?
What?
He took the laptop, went out to the driveway, and ran over it with the car. Because Justin's grandpa don't want porn in his house.
Well, what about his grandpa's laptop?
I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying this is the extreme. This porn's bad, and it'll summon a demon. So the demon scares them while they're hiding in the kitchen, but they stay hidden in the kitchen for a while. But while the kids are sleeping, something is recording them on the camera. The camera picks up and records all four of them sleeping. So it's a little creepy. But they all wake up. Jesse thinks she hears her friend Genesis, so they go look for her, and they can't find her. Next thing you know, the camera falls on the floor. Jessica has been grabbed. Oh. She screams, and guess what? As soon as she screams, those three guys, are they going to help Jessica or look for Jessica? No, they bail. They run. So poor Jessica's missing, right? Because they hide while she's screaming her head off. But as they keep looking, more people kind of disappear. Um, Lights are mysteriously on in certain areas, and it's dark again. Then, of course, they do the rolling ball trick,
What do you mean the
Um,
rolling ball trick?
where like a ball just rolls out of nowhere.
Oh, easy jump
They
scare.
find a little boy sitting on the floor, and they go to see who it is, and it's a demon. The kid has a demon face. Actually, that was the best special effect in the whole movie. They see Jessica. She's screaming, and they run. They hide. There's no Jessica. They stumble upon an interview in the pastor's office. Somehow they stumbled into the pastor's office on a
How
video
big is this
camera.
church?
Yeah. Yeah, but they're lost. But anyway, they're lost the whole time, but then they kind of find themselves. So there's a guy on the video camera admitting a porn problem, and he is possessed. And that like he shows that the demon shows itself when the pastor leaves. So they just happen because they're in the pastor's office, right? Because they can't think of this before, even though it's a church lock-in. They find an open Bible, and it talks about where Jesus cast out the demons into the pigs, right? And they find out, though, that the demon, because it has affected anyone who has touched the dirty magazine. That's why the demon is attacking them. But hey, this Jesus guy, like they act like they don't even know who Jesus is. Really? Who's Jesus? Like that's the kind of thing that they kind of don't know who Jesus is. But they go to church all the time and they're in a church lock-in. But they kind of like surprised who Jesus was. They hear running water. They go to the sanctuary, and the running water's from the dunk tank, for baptisms. Somebody's run the dunk tank, right? So for some reason, the dunk tank's getting filled up for no reason whatsoever. They go back in the kitchen. They act out the previous night with puppet cups. They all have cups with their names on them and little faces, and they act out what happened the night before. Blake gets mad. He freaks out like he's possessed by a demon, leaves his friends, and he calls them all idiots. So Blake's disappeared. Now it's just Nick and Justin, and they're hiding in a broom closet. Nick records a confession to his parents, admits that he's looking at dirty magazines and dirty things online, and he's scared. And like it's kind of like the Blair Witch thing,
Yeah.
Scared to sleep. I'm scared to stay awake. He wishes he could get out of the church. They're scared. They hear noises and growling, and then they start crying. The next thing you know, it's pitch black, and now Nick is missing. Justin is the only one left, and all these crazy stories. So Justin goes to get a drink out of the dunk tank, and he gets attacked in the dunk tank. And he asks to be saved by Jesus while he's in the dunk tank. So then, while he's in the dunk tank and he's asking for Jesus' help, someone appears in the background and disappears. So he asks Jesus to help him because Jesus is the only thing that can save him from the demons. Now he figures out he can command the demons to leave. This kid should have known this the whole time. From like the very first time he heard a growl. He'd be like, "Not today, Satan." That's exactly what you should have done. So he walks back into the sanctuary, he walks back into, and like everybody's in the sanctuary, and it's like nothing ever happened. That's the movie, and he was like, "Where have you been? Have you been in the bathroom?" And the guys all leave, and they act like nothing ever happened. Like they have no idea what he's talking about. They drop Justin off. He walks into his bedroom. He puts the camera down, grabs a trash can, a trash bag, and empties his big box of porn. That's what he does. He empties all of his big box of porn into a trash bag, sits on the bed, turns off the camera, and that's the movie. So check it out. It's on YouTube.
Wow. I need to see this movie. And it's on YouTube?
It's on YouTube. Like I watched it on YouTube.
Okay, so it's free to watch.
Yes. Holy Moly Productions. Now, I will admit, okay, so like I went to a church school, right? And like I was a 3 time a week or church person, right? In when I was a teenager, Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night. And this friend of mine had this had this dirty picture, right? It was torn out of a magazine, right? And it was a naked woman. It's a beef shot, basically, right? And this thing, it was folded up real small so we would never get caught. We kept it in our wallet, and we kind of like loaned it to each other all the time, like off and on. And like we would look at this in the bathroom at church when we were about 12 or 13 years old. So we had this wrinkled up beef shot from a dirty magazine with all these creases in it because it was folded up so small. And I never once heard a demon when I unfolded this beef shot.
Are you the possessed one?
I never felt possessed carrying around this beef shot in my wallet. Nor did I hear any growling. When I looked at it, the lights didn't flicker. There was no rolling ball while I was looking at this picture. Granted, looking back now, that's a horrible thing to do, is look at naked pictures in church, right? But I'm just saying, I never once felt possessed by a demon for looking at a picture, a wrinkled up picture of a naked woman. So take it for what it's worth. I get it. They're trying to tell people that, it's geared towards teenagers, It's a Christian horror film, and
it's one of those cringy movies that they'll play in high school.
Yes, and porn is bad. Don't fall down, because there's people that do fall down that rabbit hole, and I get that. But it is comic. This movie is comical to no end, and it's not supposed to be. But I was never possessed by the devil or heard growling because I looked at a dirty picture in church. But that's just me. That's my own personal experience of looking at a dirty picture in a church bathroom as a 13-year-old kid.
All right, then. We're going to leave it at that. Let's just leave the shower thought this time. You can catch us at Hoosier Nerds on Oh my God, Hoosier Nerds on podcast. Pod Nerds on Twitter. Hoosier Nerds on Facebook. You can watch and listen to us on YouTube, and you can catch us at your favorite podcasting sites such as Amazon, TuneIn, iTunes, and Spotify.
And you'll never have to worry about forgetting about creased up beef shots from a dirty magazine.
Creased up what?
Rhythm.